Hello, everybody. Here to Stormy here. I want to apologize for not updating. I know it's been quite a while. I'm not sure how long exactly it's been, but I believe I told you guys in my last video. If not, then I'll tell you guys now. If I have, then oh well, you get to hear it again. My computer is not available for my use right now because somehow the USB ports have been messed up and the internal keyboard on the computer does not work, so I have to use an external keyboard, and since the USB ports are messed up, I cannot get into it at all. So I am currently using my father's computer until I can get a new one. I don't know when that'll be. Hopefully it'll be soon. Sorry, my 18th birthday is coming up in 3 months, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'll try and do a birthday vlog, you know, whether it be on the computer or on my phone as I go through the day. You know, I'll figure it out by then. I still have quite a bit of time to figure that out. I got some news for you guys. I'll be doing a vlog on my phone in the end of June for 4 days. I'm going to be a volunteer at MegaCon Orlando. I just got the email today saying that I was accepted as a volunteer, and this is very exciting for me. It's going to be my first year at MegaCon. I'm so excited. My costume is going to be Lady Phantom Hive, so if any of you guys see me there and you want to say hi, feel free to say hi, whether I'm working or whether I'm not. I really would love to meet any of you out there. Some of the perks of being a volunteer, if you guys were wondering, you know, for future reference for next year, I don't know if they're still taking applications now, but you guys could sign up now on their page. Just go to the volunteers tab. Sorry, my dog just fell into my basket. Some of the perks are they pay for your ticket. You can go, you know, even when you're not working, you are allowed into the event. You get a staff lanyard and stuff. You get a t-shirt. You get all sorts of different things. Plus, you get to see behind the scenes, you know, how everything works, how they make it work, and everything like that. And I think that's just an awesome experience, and it's going to go towards my community service hours for school. And I'm very excited about this, and I'm sorry if you can hear my dogs. They are on crack sometimes. They act like it. Today I'm going to be doing a reaction video for you today. I don't have the tools to put the video on the screen, sadly. I wish I did so that you guys could see it as well, but if you want to go and watch it yourself, I will put a link in the description so you can go and see the video in all its entirety. It's the To This Day project by Shane Koyczan, I believe that's how it's pronounced. I've heard a lot about this, and I am mentally preparing myself to watch this video. Look forward to probably crying. I've heard it's very sad, and I will be commenting on it after the video. So without further ado, let's get started, and I really hope you guys do enjoy. To This Day.
When I was a kid, I used to think that pork chops and karate chops were the same thing. I thought they were both pork chops. And because my grandmother thought it was cute, and because they were my favorite, she let me keep doing it. Not really a big deal. One day, Before I realized fat kids are not designed to climb trees, I fell out of a tree and bruised the right side of my body.
Ow.
I didn't want to tell my grandmother about it because I was scared I'd get in trouble for playing somewhere I shouldn't have been. A few days later, the gym teacher noticed the bruise and I got sent to the principal's office. From there, I was sent to another small room with a really nice lady who asked me all kinds of questions about my life at home. I saw no reason to lie. As far as I was concerned, life was pretty good. I told her whenever I'm sad, my grandmother gives me karate chops.
Oh.
This led to a full-scale investigation, and I was removed from the house for 3 days, until they finally decided to ask how I got the bruises. News of this silly little story quickly spread through the school, and I earned my first nickname, Pork Chop. To this day, I hate pork chops. I'm not the only kid who grew up this way. Surrounded by people who used to say that rhyme about sticks and stones. As if broken bones hurt more than the names we got called, and we got called them all. So we grew up believing no one would ever fall in love with us. That we'd be lonely forever. That we'd never meet someone to make us feel like the sun was something they built for us in their tool shed. So broken heartstrings bled the blues as we tried to empty ourselves so we would feel nothing. Don't tell me that hurts less than a broken bone. That an ingrown life is something surgeons can cut away, that there's no way for it to metastasize, it does. She was 8 years old. Our first day of grade 3 when she got called ugly. We both got moved to the back of class so we would stop getting bombarded by spitballs. But the school halls were a battleground where we found ourselves outnumbered day after wretched day. We used to stay inside for recess because outside was worse. Outside we'd have to rehearse running away or learn to stay still like statues, giving no clues that we were there in grade 5. They taped a sign to the front of her desk that read, "Beware of dog." To this day, despite a loving husband, she doesn't think she's beautiful. Because of a birthmark that takes up a little less than half her face. Kids used to say she looks like a wrong answer that someone tried to erase but couldn't quite get the job done. And they'll never understand that she's raising 2 kids whose definition of beauty begins with the word mom. Because they see her heart before they see her skin. Because she's only ever always been amazing. He was a broken branch grafted onto a different family tree. Adopted. Not because his parents opted for a different destiny. He was 3 when it became a mixed drink of 1 part left alone and 2 parts tragedy. Started therapy in 8th grade. Had a personality made up of tests and pills. Lived like the uphills were mountains and the downhills were cliffs. 4/5 suicidal, a tidal wave of antidepressants, and an adolescence being called pauper. 1 part because of the pills. 99 parts because of the cruelty. He tried to kill himself in grade 10 when a kid who could still go home to mom and dad had the audacity to tell him, "Get over it." As if depression is something that can be remedied by any of the contents found in a first aid kit. To this day, he is a stick of TNT lit from both ends. Could describe to in detail the way the sky bends in the moments before it's about to fall. And despite an army of friends who all call him an inspiration, he remains a conversation piece between people who can't understand. Sometimes being drug-free has less to do with addiction and more to do with sanity. We weren't the only kids who grew up this way. To this day, kids are still being called names. The classics were "Hey stupid," "Hey spaz." Seems like every school has an arsenal of names getting updated every year. And if a kid breaks in a school and no one around chooses to hear, do they make a sound? Or they're just background noise from a soundtrack stuck on repeat when people say things like kids can be cruel? Every school was a big top circus tent, and the pecking order went from acrobats to lion tamers, from clowns to carnies. All of these miles ahead of who we were freaks. Lobster-clawed boys and bearded ladies. Oddities juggling depression and loneliness, playing solitaire, spitting the bottle, trying to kiss the wounded parts of ourselves and heal. But at night, while the others slept, we kept walking the tightrope. It was practice, and yes, some of us fell. But I want to and tell them that all of this is just debris left over when we finally decide to smash all the things we thought we used to be. And if you can't see anything beautiful about yourself, get a better mirror. Look a little closer. Stare a little longer. Because there's something inside you that made you keep trying despite everyone who told you to quit. You built a cast around your broken heart and signed to yourself, you signed it. They were raw. Because maybe you didn't belong to a group or a clique. Maybe they decided to pick you last for basketball or everything. Maybe you used to bring bruises and broken teeth to show and tell but never told. Because how can you hold your ground if everyone around you wants to bury you beneath it? You have to believe that they were raw. They have to be wrong. Why else would we still be here? We grew up learning to cheer on the underdog because we see ourselves in them. We stem from a root planted in the belief that we are not what we were called. We are not abandoned cars stalled out and sitting empty on some highway. And if in some way we are, don't worry. We only got out to walk and get gas. We are graduating members from the class of We Made It. Not the faded echoes of voices crying out names will never hurt me. Of course, they did. But our lives will only ever always continue to be a balancing act that has less to do with pain and more to do with beauty.
Damn. I need a cigarette after that. Wow. Okay, so I want to touch on a few things that this video touched on. This is really speaks to me. That rhyme he was talking about, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I grew up being told that rhyme. And every time somebody told me that rhyme, I just think in my head of a new one. I'd think, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will forever scar me. The part where he's talking about how people like us who've been bullied will never believe that we will find love, that we will ever be loved. That really speaks to me, because I have told so many people this year alone that I don't deserve the so-called happy ending. That I deserve to be alone for the rest of my life. Because that's all I've ever known. Is being alone. Even surrounded by friends, all I've ever known is being alone. And not having anybody to go to or to talk to. And it's really hard to talk to people about depression, because a lot of people don't understand it. There's a very significant difference between sadness and depression. Sadness comes and goes, but depression is always with you. And you're always in pain. You're always suffering. You're always upset. There's different degrees of depression. You know, you got your mild cases, you got your getting there cases, and then you got your severe depression, which is what I have. And I tell you, living with severe depression, it's not easy. When he was talking about how the kid who could still go home to mom and dad told him to get over it, as if depression is something that you can just get over. It's really not. I have been living with severe depression since I was 11. And that's almost 8 years now. I've been living with depression. And it's not something you can just get over. And severe depression is where you don't really ever feel happiness. You don't truly feel happiness. Most of the time, I'm empty. I feed off of others' emotions, and that's their false emotions. Like, I feel their sadness or their happiness, but it's not true. And when I truly feel sad or angry, but I can never truly feel happy. My own happiness. I have not ever felt my own happiness in such a long time. I kind of forgot what it's like to actually smile and have it be real. And that sucks. And it's all due to bullying. Years and years of being told that you're ugly, that you're worthless, and that you'll never amount to anything, or that nobody will ever love you. That it hurts so deeply. Like, you never ever get over that, and it really, really sucks. My first memory, the first time I can actually remember being called names, I was in 2nd grade, and this little boy on the bus called me ugly. And I've grown up being called ugly, or stupid, or worthless, things like that. And it's all because of something that I cannot help. If I could help it, I would. But you guys, those of you who have visited my channel, you've probably seen my story, my background, my history, what I went through when I was little, and that's why I get bullied. Because, as it said in the video, kids are cruel, and they don't understand. They don't understand, what I went through when I was younger. They don't understand, what they say to me, what it does to me, and they don't understand the long-term effects of their actions and their words. Because being called names like this is just like throwing stones at people or beating them, because emotional damage does worse to you than physical damage. Because a broken bone or a bruise or a cut, those will all heal. Some can leave scars, but they're nothing compared to the scarring on your heart that you get from emotional damage, or the scarring in your head that you get from emotional damage. Being called names like that all your life can really, really mess up your head. I can't remember a time that I've looked in a mirror and thought to myself, truly and honestly, that I looked pretty, at the very least pretty, let alone beautiful or anything else. I think to myself, you're so fat, you're so ugly, you're so stupid. Why can't you be like the other kids? Why can't you be normal like the other kids? Why can't you look like the other kids? Why do you have to look the way you do? Why did whoever created us feel that you should look the way you do? Why did they burden you with this? And it's so hard. It's so hard to go through life like this. Like, the emotional damage from bullying. It's so severe. And you never get over it. You know, I go through every single day wondering if I'll ever be truly happy again, if I'll ever feel my own happiness again, if I'll ever have a smile that's real again instead of the fake one that I put on for everybody else. You know, and it's really hard to be alone, to feel alone. Because even when you have friends, when you're living with depression, you always feel alone. I tell you, at one point I had maybe 20 friends, good friends, and I still felt so alone. You know, even in a relationship, I felt alone. I've always felt outcasted and like I was no good, and I've just set myself up for disappointment, for people to leave, for you know, everything, you know, like I have mentally prepared myself to live a life alone. And every time my parents say that one day I'll have my own family or whatever, I just get so depressed. Because I don't think that I ever will have a family. I don't think I'll ever find anybody who will truly love me for who I am. Because, you know, everybody that says they love me, every person outside of my family that has said they love me and that they'll never leave, always leaves in the end. They always wind up being total jerks to me in the end. And those people that spent so much time trying to make me happy now take all their time to break me down. And I think that's the worst thing about us as humans. We care more about ourselves than we do others. Depression is a hard battle. It's not even a battle, it's a war. It's a war with yourself, your mind, your heart, all of you. It's a war within yourself, and it's so hard to keep going through it. I can't tell you how many times I've thought about just ending it all, just getting it over with and being done with it, and thinking, you know, the world will be better off without me. Because I have lived a sad and lonely life. And you know, it's hard to stay strong through depression. It's a daily battle with me to get up out of bed. And in the video, how it said that they stayed inside because outside was worse. That is so true. For the past few years, I have rather stay inside in my room alone than go out and be with people, you know, because people are cruel. And I messed up my schooling because of it. Because I would rather, you know, stay home and not do anything, not go to school or anything, because I didn't want to face the fear of being ridiculed in school. I didn't want to face the fear of having to figure out where I'd sit at lunch because I had no friends. I didn't want to be laughed at or pointed at in the hallways or be called names or anything like that, you know. Depression is a funny thing because you learn to make light of the situation, of what people call you and everything. You learn to laugh at it, laugh at yourself, and that is when you truly know you have reached a breaking point, when you're laughing with people at yourself. Because you just can't handle being sad about it anymore. I found out recently that 2 years ago, one of my good friends took his own life because of depression, because of bullying. And that's a really sad thing, because he was a really good friend of mine. He was my best friend. And we had lost contact for such a long time, and when I found out that, I was trying to get in contact with him because he had popped into my head, and I asked one of our mutual friends if he had been in contact with him, and he told me that he committed suicide 2 years prior. And to this day, I still cannot bring myself to go and see his grave, because I feel like I failed him as a friend. I have always been the person to be there for people when they needed me, and nobody has been there for me when I needed them. I spent long nights unable to sleep, thinking about ways I could end it all and just get it all over with. But I can't do it because I'm scared. I want to die, but I'm scared about what comes next after you die. And so I can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it. And I hope for a day where I look in the mirror and I smile to myself, a true smile, and say, wow, how beautiful, or how skinny. I recently found out that I have reached my goal weight, 126 pounds. But I don't feel any better. I don't look any different. I don't see the weight loss. And that sucks. Because I've spent so many years trying to get down to that weight, and I still can't see it. I still can't see myself as any more than that. And the only time I feel even slightly pretty is when I put on makeup. A few years ago, when I first had a visible surgery on my face, I had to go back to school, and some of the people working in the office asked me why I dye my hair if I'm so afraid of being bullied, because it draws attention to my face, and the reason I dye my hair is so that I can be different, because I want people to look at my hair and say, wow, that's cool, instead of look at my face and say, wow, that's ugly. I'm on this site called MyLOL, and I received a message a few weeks ago. I had this picture for my profile picture, and it was one of the ones where I really thought I looked pretty in. And I was wearing a tank top, and I got a message saying, nice tits, not so sure about the face though. And that broke my heart. I don't want people to look at me and notice my body. I don't like being called hot or sexy or anything like that, because I feel like that's demeaning to me, because all they notice is my body or my outward appearance. I want people to notice me for who I am. I want people to get to know me. I want people to learn to love me for my personality before they love me for my appearance. I try to be kind to everybody, because I know how badly it hurts to be, to not have any friends, and to not know what kindness is. And I can't accept people's compliments when they call me pretty or beautiful or anything like that. I can't accept it, because all I've ever known is people calling me ugly. All I've ever known myself is that I'm ugly, that I'm fat, that I'm no good, that I'm not ever going to feel love. And every time somebody tries to say that they're trying to help me, I tell them that they're not trying to help me, because the only time they call me beautiful is when I say that I'm not. The only time they say I'm kind is when I say I'm not. The only time they say anything to bring my confidence up is when I say something against me, when I bring myself down. And I don't feel like that's them trying to help. I feel like if somebody truly wanted me to believe that I was beautiful, they would say it just to say it. Out of the blue, just be like, you look beautiful today, or you're really beautiful, or you're really pretty, or anything like that, just to say it, For those of you who have never experienced depression, I'm going to tell you, what severe depression is like. Day after day after day, you live in this soul-crushing agony, and you don't see a way out, and you're stuck in this pit, just low enough in the ground that you can see the top, but you're too short to get up. You're too short to climb out, and you're just stuck there. And you can see everybody around you smiling and laughing and having a good time and enjoying life, while you're stuck there, alone, afraid, with nobody but yourself. And depression is constant sadness and anger and fear, and all the negative emotions. And severe depression is you never feel truly happy, or you go through periods like me where you're just empty. You don't feel anything except for the feelings you get from other people. I have felt happiness that I get from other people, and it's not my own, it's theirs. And you just, even though it's not yours, even though you're getting feelings from other people, and it's not truly yours, it's not truly there, and it'll be gone when they have to go. You live for that moment. You want to talk to those people all the time, just so you can feel that happiness again, just so that you can feel something other than the sadness and the anger, just so you can stop asking, why me? Why do I have to go through this? And it's a battle. It really is. You see the climb out of the pit as this huge mountain that you can never get over, and you try and climb it, and you get halfway up, and then you just fall right back down. I see my life as a roller coaster that just always goes down. There's those brief periods where it's just straight away, and then there's those brief uphills that feel like you're gonna get somewhere. Like maybe for once you're gonna not have to deal with this depression for a little bit, and then it just goes straight back down, and it sucks. The only thing I found so far that helps is just thinking positive. No matter how hard it is, you have to think positive about yourself. You just have to look on the bright side. Just learn to laugh at everything. Learn to live with your sadness, and I've been doing better with my depression. My battle with it has just started today. I had been thinking positively about life today. And I got the good news about being a volunteer at MegaCon, and that helped. And I'm getting somewhere. And for once in almost 8 years, I don't feel like that pit is something I'll never be able to climb out of. I feel that one day I'll be strong enough to climb out of that pit. And I'm feeling better. And it takes a while to get to the point where I'm at. And when you get to the point where I'm at, it can be hard to try to even think about, being positive about life and everything. because you're so broken beyond recognition, and you're so broken beyond repair that you believe there's no help for you. But you have to have hope, and you have to believe, because as that video said, they were wrong. We are not mistakes. We are not, ugly or fat or stupid or useless. We are us. We are human beings, and we are alive. And that is beautiful. Because no matter what life throws at us, we are still here. No matter how hard life gets, we are still here. And the ending of that poem, it's something you really need to live by. Life has to get worse before it can get better. But it's not going to get better on its own. You have to work towards making it better. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that life will get better. And some of the hopes. Some of the hopes and some of the beliefs I have been having that have been helping me through this day are that one day, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not even next year or the year after that, but one day I will find somebody who will love me for who I am and not for my looks. I will find somebody whose happiness is me, whose whole world is me, who lives each day just to see me smile. And one day I will find somebody that truly makes me happy. Because so far nobody has. And one day I will have a job and a house and a family to call my own. And I'll have my dream wedding. I'll go dress shopping with my mom. And my dad will walk down the aisle. And I'll say I do to that one special person. And one day, life will get better. And for it to get to that point, I have to start working for it today. I woke up this morning, sleepy as hell, because I woke up at 5. And I smiled to myself. And I told myself, today will be a good day. No matter what happens, no matter what anybody says or does, today will be a good day because I will make it a good day. And that is how you have to do it. You have to tell yourself that today will be a good day. Hi, Kat. She likes to interrupt me. But you have to tell yourself that you will have a good day, no matter what happens. No matter how many people try and cut you down. There's been some drama today. Some family drama. And it's really upsetting what is going on. But I still had a good day. Because I believed that I would in the morning. And I got that news. And I'll tell you, what I was doing. I was watching Mockingjay Part 2 on my computer, and my phone went off beside me, and I had the computer in my lap, and I was just watching, and I hit the button to time on the screen, and I saw the headline of the email saying, "Welcome to the volunteering team," or something like that, and I almost cried, tears of joy. I all but threw the computer off my lap, didn't even bother to read the email, and ran into my dad and showed him that message. I almost cried, tears of joy, because it's such an honor for me. It's such a big thing for me to be doing this because of how shy I am, because of the everything that I've been through, But I'm getting better. My smile may not be true yet, but one day, hopefully very soon, it will be. And when that day comes, when that day that I feel true happiness, my own happiness, you guys will know. If anybody else is going through depression or thinking about suicide or anything like that, it will get better. You just have to believe that it will. I tell you something that helps. Look back at old photos of yourself. I did that today, and I had the greatest laugh about it. Just looking back at how silly I looked and how stupid my texts were and everything, and I felt a little bit of happiness. Even being in here by myself, laughing at Fetus Corey, I felt a little bit of happiness. You don't have to have friends to be happy. You just have to tell yourself that you'll be happy. You have to believe that you'll be happy. You have to learn to love yourself for who you are before others can love you for who you are. And that's something I'm learning. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really do. And I hope you had a good time watching. If you did, like the video, subscribe to my channel for more. I don't know when the next time I'll update is, and leave a comment down below letting me know what you want to see, or any comments on this video particularly, or anything like that. You can follow me on Instagram at Korie Rose Official. That's Korie. You can Snapchat me at Mickey Chew. That's MICKYCHU. I got it. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I enjoyed making this video for you, even though I cried. And have a good day, guys. Remember, tell yourself you're gonna have a good day. Bye, guys. I love you.